Greetings and salutations, everybody. Lord X here, coming to you once again with another episode of the Glitched Out Gaming Report. And if I don't seem energetic this week, it's because I'm not. I'm tired as all hell, and I think I may be coming down with something. So, hopefully not, but I don't have that much energy. But the show must go on. And we've actually got some news this week, so hell, I had to do it, you know what I mean? I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. But anyways, a normal show this week, and a normal show next, yes, another normal episode next week as, oh no. No. Next week, it may not be a normal show because the Switch event will be happening, and of course, if you watched episode number 48 of the Glitched Out Gaming Podcast, me and Izzy confirmed that we're going to try and do an episode talking about Nintendo's reveal event. So look forward to that. And given my work schedule, I'm not sure about Izzy's at the moment, but I'm sure we'll be able to talk about the Treehouse stuff as well, since I know I won't be able to record on the 13th. And the Switch reveal is like at 12:30 a.m. here in the morning, so won't be doing it that night either. But anyways, yeah, next week's episode should be a podcast video, hopefully. If not, you'll hear me again, and me and Izzy will probably try to throw up a bonus, I guess, episode of a podcast one day of the week next week. But anyways, let us start off this episode as I start off every episode of the Glitched Out Gaming Report and podcast with a what I've been playing section. And I don't have a whole lot here for this week, folks. It's been a slow week. I thought to myself that I was going to really dive deep into games at the beginning of the year. Hasn't happened. But I do have two. First and foremost, Stardew Valley. I'm in my third year now of that game. I've clocked in like 80 hours playing it now, which is insane because I haven't done that in a long time for a video game. And yeah, I'm just loving it. I am really, really digging Stardew Valley, and the more I play, the more happy I am for putting it in at number 3 on my top 10 list of 2016. It deserves it for how much I have enjoyed that game. And the second game that I've played is something new, and that's Virginia. And I might have I did mention this in a video, briefly anyway, on my pickups video that went up there a couple days ago, or last Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday that went up. Bit of text on screen said I played it, I loved it, and I did. I really enjoyed the game. I was a bit confused by it at several points, especially like the ending. Wasn't exactly sure what was going on there. But that being said, like, I was impressed as all hell by that game. It is something else. It is an experience that I'm glad I went through. The big catch of that game is that there's no dialogue into it whatsoever. Like, characters do not say anything. There's no voiceover, and there's no like text popping up on screen with people talking. The story is told through the animations of the characters, their facial expressions, and the absolute gorgeous soundtrack of this game. If I had to go back in time right now, back to me when we recorded the 2016 Glitchy Awards, I think I would have given this my soundtrack of the year. It is haunting at times. It's beautiful. It's epic. Like, that orchestra soundtrack is so good. And I think the game is worth playing for that alone. Or, yeah, definitely. I was going to say look up the soundtrack separately, but I think you really need to play the game with this one to really appreciate that soundtrack. It really does tell the story of the game. But anyways, yeah, that's all I've been playing. I've been wanting to play more Final Fantasy, haven't gotten around to it. I wanted to play more Pokemon, haven't gotten around to it. I haven't been really in that mood to play a video game, and I really don't want to force myself into it. Virginia really helped. Like, didn't really want to play anything that day, but I had that there, and I'm like, I'm not the biggest fan of quote-unquote walking simulators, but I do want to play something, and this is a little bit out of my wheelhouse, a tiny bit, because it's one of those, well, I guess it's not in my wheelhouse, but it wasn't something I thought I was in the mood for, but yeah, I definitely was. But hopefully now, over the course of this next week, I'll be playing more Final Fantasy. I really want to start up Tomb Raider. I bought a certain game off of the last holiday sale where I kind of want to bring back a series that I did before called Suffers At. Some of you may know Lord X suffers at Ride to Hell Retribution. Well, I bought another game that kind of can go up that alleyway, and maybe it'll be a streaming title if I get the chance to do that. The house is a bit noisy from time to time now, so it's kind of hard to do a bit of streaming. But who knows? Maybe I'll get around to it again. Alright, with that, folks, it's time to dive into the news. And this week we got a couple of release dates, we got a big old rumor floating around, and we got Sega and Atlas more specifically saying no. So, first off, the first release date, Injustice 2, is releasing on May 6th, May 16th, 2017, as previously teased by Ed Boon. The confirmation for the release date comes shortly after NetherRealm Studios' Ed Boon teased the date on Twitter, as he did the official account for NetherRealm. So this is pretty cool. May 16th, we'll be getting more Injustice. Characters like Harley Quinn, Wonder Woman, Gorilla Grodd is in this one, Deadshot, and Supergirl. It's looking pretty badass. I'm not sure how I feel about the whole armor thing. Like, I can see that getting microtransactioned up the yin-yang, which might be disappointing. Definitely a fighting game I wouldn't want to take online, because the whole equipment deal, changing your character, that's not the best kind of thing for a competitive environment. I'm not a big online player anyway, as you all know, but that seems like it would really turn me off from playing the multiplayer. That being said, I am very, very, very interested in seeing what the story this time around is, because NetherRealm has been killing it with like Mortal Kombat X, and The Last Injustice, really. The story in that was really good. Alright, so next up, Sega registered a couple of domain names for what, you may ask? Shenmue HD. And if you listen very carefully, Izzy just had an orgasm. A high-definition remaster of the original Shenmue may be on the way, as Sega has registered a domain for Shenmue HD. As spotted by Sega nerds via TSSZ, Sega Europe registered a domain for ShenmueHD.com in September of 2016. Additionally, SegaBiz discovered that Sega Europe also registered two other Shenmue-related domain names in September of last year, those being ShenmueRemastered.com and the incorrectly spelled ShenmueGame.com. As noted by TSSZ, the domain for ShenmueGame.com was already taken by someone else in 2015. With Shenmue 3 currently in development for PC and PS4, it appears that Sega could be looking to revisit the original game with a remaster before the third installment's release. In fact, just last year, the company expressed interest in HD remasters for the first two games, saying, "We'd love to do it, and are currently investigating how to make it a reality." This would be cool. I would really be interested in this, because I've heard many, many great things about those first two games. Izzy himself has talked about them a fair bit on previous podcasts, and he's talked to me about them as well, and it really perked my interest in playing them. And far as I can tell, the closest thing to them is the Yakuza series, which I really enjoy. So this would be cool, and I think it would be very smart for Sega to do this. Bring them out so people will be interested in picking them up. Like, oh yeah, Shenmue 3 is coming out. I really want to play the first two. Huh? What's that? They were only on Dreamcast and the Xbox. Oh well, guess I won't be playing those two. But hey, you say, hey, guess what? We're putting in an HD remaster. People will pick it up because, hey, I want to play the originals before I play the new one. And for a game like this, which was very story heavy, I'm sure people are like myself and want to play those first two games. Other than, looking up a Let's Play of some sort on YouTube to get an idea of what they were like and what the story was. Alright, next up we have ourselves another release date. And this time, it's coming from BioWare, because they have announced that Mass Effect Andromeda will launch on March 21st in North America and March 23rd internationally. In a blog post on the game's official site, BioWare General Manager Arian Flynn called Andromeda the most ambitious Mass Effect game to date, promising a tremendous graphical jump compared to the original trilogy thanks to using the Frostbite engine. Flynn explained that several members of the studio took home a copy of Andromeda over the holiday break to put the game through its paces and to make sure it was ready for release. Coming back from holiday, the feedback has been great, he wrote, getting the endorsement from the members of our studio, many of whom played key roles on the original trilogy. So, good signs for this. A March date is kind of brutal given everything else that's coming out in March. You all should be buying the Danganronpa remasters on PS4, I'm just saying. Should have bought them on Vita back when they came out, but it's coming out then. The Switch is apparently coming out in March. Legend of Zelda with that, So there's a lot on the way. And the final news story this week, folks, it's a very short and simple one. It's that Sega and Atlas, or I should say the PR manager, wow, I'm all fucked up here. In a post on Twitter, Atlas USA and Sega of America PR manager John Harden confirmed that Persona 5 and Yakuza 0 won't be ported to the Nintendo Switch or PC. To read the tweet, he said, Persona 5 platforms, PS3, PS4, Yakuza 0 platforms, PS4. That's it. No Switch, no PC. Not a big surprise. I mean, who expected that? Now, they are supporting the Switch. They have been supporting PC for the longest time now. But those two franchises will not be coming there. And that, folks, does it for the news this week. And for a topic of the week, well, don't really have a big topic of the week. More of a question to pose to all of you. And that's one interesting question, I think. And that's, wow, I'm losing all train of thought right now. Literally, I had to pause recording after doing this third news story to lie down because I started getting a headache, a migraine. And I guess I'm still feeling the effects of that right now. Okay, this past week, there's been two big rumors coming out about the Switch. The biggest one for me is that Mother 3, aka the sequel to Earthbound, could be coming to the Virtual Console. It's very, very likely right now. And that Beyond Good and Evil 2 will be a 12-month exclusive on the Nintendo Switch. Those two games for me, those two could be a system seller for me. I'm intending on holding off day one, and I probably will due to financial reasons. If a big bag of money gets dropped into my lap from now till then. So yeah, those two coming to the Switch though, those increases my want for the Nintendo Switch a great deal. So my question to you guys, the question of the week, I guess you can call this, is what games would the Switch need to get you interested or get you invested in buying one? Maybe it's something that's already announced. Maybe you're already sold because of Zelda Breath of the Wild, the new Mario game that's coming, the updated Mario Kart, which apparently has like 24 new tracks, a battle mode, and 10 new characters, something like that, from that EB Games leak that happened. Maybe that has you sold already. But if not, what does this Nintendo Switch console need to have in terms of games to get you on board? The only other one that would like absolute sell me at this point would be a new 2D Metroid game. I would be all over that shit. But anyways, that's your question of the week to you guys. But now it's time to dive into the questions and comments left last week on both the YouTube video and over on OGS. That's right, the Outlaw Gamers Society at outlawgamers.com. First off, over on the YouTube, we have first from S. Apples. Happy New Year to you as well, buddy. Happy New Year, my Lord X. Very touching analysis on your last episode regarding why The Last Guardian was your game of the year. Thanks, man. I've never been a huge fan of Ico or Shadow, but the fact that it bested Uncharted 4 for you, even with all the hype you had going in, is making me want to check this out in the first couple months of 2017. Again, dude, thank you so much for the comment there, and I hope you do. I think it's really enjoyable. Like I said on my Game of the Year video, be wary of the controls. They will be frustrating, but it is worth the journey at the end. And I won't talk anymore because I'll probably cry again. Alright, so next up from Aaron B. He left a comment here as well. I hate to be a downer, Mr. X, but looking over the Wikipedia page for 2017 games, I don't know if I'm all that excited for any like I was in games in 2016. The biggest ones for me, like Kingdom Hearts 3, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Spider-Man, don't seem like they will be out this year. But I'll see what I can come up with. Number 1. I'm not going to do that for everyone. Injustice 2. I love the NetherRealm fighting games and DC Comics, so this one is a no-brainer for me. I don't like how they are incorporating microtransactions and armor. Said that earlier too. Great minds think alike. Rather than just making a normal, balanced fighting game, but hopefully my fears will be replaced with pleasant surprises when it releases. Number 2, Ni no Kuni 2. I didn't play the first one, but the studio behind these games are responsible for some of the most critically acclaimed and beloved anime movies of all time. One thing here about this, Aaron, Studio Ghibli doesn't have anything to do with Ni no Kuni 2. They're not doing the animated cutscenes. However, the game studio behind it are responsible for some of the absolutely greatest games of all time, including Dark Cloud 1 and 2, Rogue Galaxy, Dragon Quest VIII. They actually helped with that one. Level 5 is such an amazing JRPG studio. So, yeah, even though Studio Ghibli has nothing to do with Ni no Kuni 2, Level 5 is absolutely worth it. He did continue here. My friend recently studied Miyazaki in History of American class in college this past semester, so there's no way I can miss this one. Still, though, don't miss it, even though they're not technically involved this time around, but they are keeping like that feel, I guess, of Studio Ghibli into it, with the in-game animation. Number 3, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. The Crash Trilogy, oh my god, trilogy with an awesome PS4 facelift. Give me! Oh yeah. Number 4, Yooka-Laylee. I'm also a backer for this game and grew up with Banjo on the N64, so this one is a big one for me. Number 5, Outlast 2. I love horror from movies to comics to games, and this franchise produced a pulse-pounding horror game the first time around. Also, I love the premise behind the sequel. Cool. I could not get through Outlast because I'm a wimp. Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar always produces top-notch quality narratives and an amazing open-world gameplay. I'll be excited to see what they do with this one. Hopefully it releases this year. 7. Berserk Masu. I really like the 1997 anime series, and even though they stopped it at a bizarrely abrupt point, I'm not crazy for Masu games, but I want to give this one a try. Yeah, me too, actually. I'm not familiar with the anime, really. I've only seen, like, clips and whatnot, but this one does have me interested. Number 8, Parappa the Rapper Remastered. I never played the game on PS1, so I want to check it out. Awesome. Thanks for the comment, dude. Oh, I missed this one somehow. From some fellow named Israel. I wonder if his last name's Pacheco. Who said, "Will the Dragon of Dojima reveal himself? I can see now why AA would be disappointed with Uncharted." Oh, Alexander Arts would be disappointed with Uncharted 4. And finally, from Aussie Legend, he listed out his 10 most anticipated games in order, with honorable mentions Detroit, Hellblade, and Sonic Mania. So, from number 10 to number 1, we have Divinity, Original Sin 2. Number 9, Horizon. Number 8, Resident Evil 7, Biohazard. Number 7, Yooka-Laylee. Number 6, Neo. Number 5, South Park, The Fractured But Whole. Red Dead 3, also not convinced it'll launch in 2017. God of War, not convinced it'll launch in 2017. Destiny 2, and Torment, Tides of Nymeria. You know, Ozzy, the more you've said Torment, the Tides of Nymeria, the more I've actually become interested in that game. I've looked it up, and that may be a day one purchase for me on PS4 as well. Yeah, good list there from Ozzy. Definitely interested in most of those, and South Park. Oh man, how did I forget South Park last week when I made my list? I guess there's just so much goodness in 2017 that I'm looking forward to. I completely forgot it. Now, of course, let's look over on OutlawGamers.com. The list over there. We got some fellow named Huckleberry. Wonder who that may be. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. First off, who is this Lord X character? Smiley face. Haha. Funny, Lauren. And he listed his games, and they are Red Dead Redemption 2, South Park, The Fractured But Whole, Horizon, Zero Dawn, God of War, Detroit, Become Human, Mass Effect, Andromeda, Days Gone, and Insomniac's Spider-Man game. A very good list, Lord. I'm excited for all of those as well, even though right now I'm only convinced that 3 of those are going to launch this year. 2 because they have release dates, and the other one because it's South Park. Marculio said Elix and Sniper Elite 4. Nothing else comes to mind. Abyss Lord has his 10, and I'll read these out in 10 to 1. 10, Vine. 9, God of War. Number 8, Ruiner. Number 7, Ether. EITR. Number 6, Prey. Number 5, Scalebound. Number 4, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 3, Neo. Number 2, Nier Automata. And number 1, Yakuza 0. The hype for Yakuza, I love it. Swanson said Red Dead Redemption 2 and GOW 2. Not sure if that's God of War 2? Gears of War 2? I'm not sure what GOW this time around stands for, so... Okay. Starman wrote and said, hype can kill. We'll try going into games with low expectations, but so far 2 of the games has already been very hyped. But anyway, my list: The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Persona 5, Tales of Berseria, and Divinity Original Sin 2. Worst part is, all of them are aimed to be 40 plus hours of game. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Lavitz has his top 10, and once again, I will be reading them from 10 to 1. 10, God of War. Comes last because I don't think it will come out this year. Number 9, Yooka-Laylee. Number 8, Dragon Quest VIII for 3DS. Number 7, Mass Effect Andromeda. Number 6, Horizon. Number 5, Detroit. Number 4, Red Dead 3. And in brackets he says, or Redemption 2. Tongue sticking out, smiley face. Number 3, South Park, The Fractured Butthole. Number 2, Persona 5. And number 1, Zelda Breath of the Wild. Torhall said Horizon Zero Dawn, Nier 2, Mass Effect Andromeda, South Park, The Fractured Butthole, and Zelda Breath of the Wild, and in brackets he said, plus the Switch console in general. Red Dead Redemption 2 is not on my list, though I love the first part. However, I am suffering of open world fatigue at the moment and cannot be bothered to play more than 15 minutes of my newly acquired PS4 copy of GTA 5. Yeah, that's definitely something that's really happening right now, and I'm starting to feel the burn of that too, which is why I think I'm really excited for Yakuza 0 right now, and Persona 5, even though I'm a massive Japan nerd. Yeah, I want those simple scaled back games just as much as you do. Octavius, I think. He said his 4 are 1, Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord. Number 2, Red Dead Redemption 2. Telling myself it will be 2018 though. Number 3, Kingdom Come Deliverance. And number 4, Star Citizen? ? And there you go, folks. That are the most anticipated games of the glitched out audience and outlaw gamers. And with that, folks, we're going to go in quickly into the recommendation and pick of the week. My recommendation this week is, because it's on PlayStation 4 now, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Take a ride on the wild side and play one of the best fighting games out there. I love Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And Ultimate added in like Rocket Raccoon, Ghost Rider. So it's just pure awesomeness in there. And my pick of the week this week, not much is coming out this week. I almost went with the Hatsune Miku VR experience thingamabob that's coming out. But I'm going to go with a 2D game. I'm going to go with one of them arcade archive games. I'm going to go with that Neo Geo classic, Fatal Fury, which I'm tempted to pick up. And I probably would have, if not for the fact that Double Dragon 4 is coming out later this month, and I am hyped now to play that game, which I probably should have put into the news section, but I didn't. And anyways, folks, that's going to do it for me this week. I thank you once again so much for tuning in to the Glitched Out Gaming Report. Hopefully next week, it'll be me and Izzy here chatting it up to you all on episode number 49 of the Glitched Out Gaming Podcast. So until then, folks, I've been Lord X, you have been awesome, and I am glitching out.